I discovered that nothing in life is truly worthwhile unless you take bold, intentional risks. Nothing meaningful ever comes from playing it safe. Nelson Mandela once said, "There is no passion to be found in playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." That quote hit me hard. And I'm sure throughout your journey, whether it was in school, applying to colleges, choosing a major, or trying to figure out your purpose, someone probably advised you make sure you've got something to fall back on. Have a backup plan just in case. But I never quite understood that mindset. Why plan to fall backward? If I'm going to fall, and believe me, we all will at some point, I'd rather fall forward. That way, at least I can see what I'm going to hit. At least I'm moving in the direction of something, not retreating from it. Without consistency, without discipline, without daily effort, you'll never reach the finish line. So do what sets your soul on fire. Follow what you are passionate about. Whatever ignites that flame inside you, pursue it. And yes, take chances. Don't fear failure. In fact, invite it. There's an old IQ test that involved connecting 9 dots. You had to draw 5 straight lines without lifting your pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. That's life. The solution, the breakthrough, the innovation, it lives outside the box. Don't be afraid to go there. Don't be afraid to fail. Fail big. Dream even bigger. But always remember, dreams without action and without clear goals will remain just dreams. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times, the most in baseball history. But that's not what people remember. They remember the home runs. They remember the impact. Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times while inventing the light bulb. Imagine failing 1,000 times. I didn't know that for a long time, because the world celebrates success, not the struggle. Yet it was his 1,001st attempt that lit the world. Fall forward. Every single failure brings you closer to success, closer to clarity. We hear all the time, take risks. But why is it so important? Because failure is not just likely. It's guaranteed. You will fail at something. You will be rejected. You will be overlooked. You'll make mistakes. You'll question your value. But those moments are not a reason to stop. They're a reason to dig deeper. Embrace those lows because they sharpen you. In the acting world, failure is routine. Early in my career, I auditioned for a Broadway musical, thought it was a perfect fit, except I can't sing. I didn't get the part. But I didn't give up. I didn't fall back. I walked out of that building and started preparing for the next audition, and then the next and the next. I prayed. I prayed hard. I failed over and over, but I kept moving. And as they say, if you hang around the barber shop long enough, eventually you're going to get a haircut. And I did. Years later, I performed in Fences on Broadway, at the Court Theater. That's the same place I was rejected decades earlier. The same stage. The same floor. That's life coming full circle. And the lesson? Every graduate in this room has the tools to succeed. But do you have the heart to fail? If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. To reach something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done. Picture yourself on your deathbed, and around you are ghosts. Ghosts of your unfulfilled potential. Ghosts of ideas you never acted on. Talents you never used. Voices you silenced. These ghosts stare down at you, angry, disappointed. We came to you, they whisper. You could have brought us to life, but now we go to the grave with you. So I ask you, how many ghosts will surround your bed when your time comes? I just returned from South Africa, a stunning land full of beauty, history, and also places stricken by poverty. It reminded me that the world is full of need. The Middle East, Japan, rural America, our cities, Alabama, Tennessee, Louisiana, even my hometown of Philadelphia, all need you. We need your ideas, your leadership, your energy, and not someday, now. I'm not just speaking for the older generation. We're slowing down. The torch is passing. We need you to step up. Whether it's your time, your creativity, your faith, your money, or your compassion, give what you have. And I'm not talking about how much. Some of you are destined to be business leaders. Others are called to serve, nurses, teachers, counselors. Some of you have money, others have time. Some of you have a talent for listening. Others are warriors of patience and peace. Whatever you've been given, what will you do with it? Now let me share one final lesson about failure. Sometimes it's the only way to figure out where you're truly meant to go. Life is never a straight line. I started college at Fordham as a pre-med student. Took a course called cardiac morphogenesis. Couldn't read it. Couldn't say it. Definitely couldn't pass it. So I switched to pre-law, then journalism. With no direction, my GPA dropped to a 1, and the university politely asked me to take some time off. I was 20, broke, lost and unsure of everything. Then one day, March 27, 1975, I was helping my mom at her beauty salon in Mount Vernon. An older woman, one of the town's respected elders, sat under a dryer. She kept looking at me through the mirror, staring, watching. She finally pulled off her dryer and said something I'll never forget. "Young man, I have a prophecy, a spiritual vision. You are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people." I didn't know her and she didn't know me, but she saw something I couldn't see. And just as she said, over the years, through my work in film and life, I've spoken to millions, people who didn't know my name, people who only saw a character, but now they've seen my heart. I see you today and I believe in you. You inspire me. You are the proof that every generation carries the fire forward. Taking risks isn't only about jobs and success. It's about truth, about knowing who you are and who you're not. It's about embracing people, ideas, and even opposition. Because the people you meet, the chances you take, the love you give, and the faith you keep, that is what will define your story. So never hold back. Don't shrink. Don't fear the fall. When you fall, and you will fall forward.